All right, peace, family. Let's get into it. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Hope y'all having a good day so far. I'm gonna dive straight into it. I know you may be busy. I know you may be at your prospective places of employment or wherever you at. So we're just gonna dive straight into the information. Today, I want to discuss bad areas and the significance of bad areas. Is it good to invest in bad areas? First of all, what is deemed to be a bad area? First and foremost, what do you consider to be a bad area? Is that the threshold of how much money people are making? What do you first consider to be a bad area? When we say bad areas, we consider what I just mentioned, the price point of what the salary of what the people are earning in that area. That's usually is what's deemed to be a bad area. They're not thriving in the financial department. So those are bad areas. A lot of people in our culture, you may call a bad area the hood and things like that, the slums, whatever you want to call them. Is it money in those areas? That's the question. Is it smart to invest in those areas? That is the question. Now, clearly, there's some risks when we're dealing with bad areas if we're looking to invest in those areas and put structures in those areas, houses, and thinking about the long term goal is maybe getting rental money out of those places and things like that. You have a lot to be concerned with, right? It's a bad area. Crime is the first thing that you think about, squatters and things like that. This is why we love land investing because we're dealing with dirt. What are the criminals going to do with a piece of dirt? Shoot it. It's only dirt. So is dirt valuable in a bad area? Drop it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on that too. I want to know what you think before I tell you what I know. Is dirt valuable in a bad area? Bottom of the barrel area, crime ridden area. Is dirt still valuable in those areas? Can you still make money in those areas from selling dirt, investing in dirt? I see a few people saying yes, yes, yes. Yeah, you would be absolutely right. Yes, you can still make money in those areas. I personally know this because I personally have done this for a long time. We invested in bad areas and we did really well. See, it's all about the framing. A lot of times when people start talking about investing, by the way, comment the word dirt to attend our 3-day land flipping challenge. You don't want to miss it. You'll be spending 3 whole days with the Acre Boys, and we'll be breaking down everything step by step in those 3 whole days. So comment the word dirt to get registered for our 3-day land flipping challenge. All right. Somebody said, not sure. Sometimes land becomes landfills for illegal dumping. Okay. All right. I'll tell you what I know about bad areas. The right bad area is valuable. The wrong bad area, not going to be valuable. What do I mean by that? We only can go by what the data supports, right? How we look at a bad area is if we're investing in, I'll tell you where I made a lot of money at. And I've said this on a live before, and I'll tell you again where we made a lot of money at, which was considered to be a bad area. Little Rock, Arkansas, right? Take Little Rock, Arkansas. That was the murder capital at one point of the United States. We made a lot of money in Little Rock, Arkansas. We were buying tax deeds in Little Rock, Arkansas for $50. $50. Can you still buy $50 Little Rock, Arkansas property? No, it's not happening. That day is gone. You missed that opportunity. So that's why we always say when opportunity knocks, you have to answer the door because you missed that boat. Right. And our mentors who taught us the game, they were making more. They were buying for 50 and selling for more than what we were selling. So why was Little Rock, Arkansas so good to us and we were able to make so much money in there? One price point. We were able to get it for $50 from a tax sale auction. Anytime you could buy anything for $50, there's a great chance that you probably can make some decent money. You still can buy Little Rock, Arkansas land if you know how to, right? If you know how to bypass the auction. One of two ways. You can buy it from their auction, right, which we teach, or you go around the auction, target that area, mail that area, and get deals that way, giving you all the sauce, giving you all the game. We have done both ways, right? So once you know how to do that, you then can target any area, situate yourself, and say, here's the price point that I'm looking to pay. I'm speeding up. Here's the price point that I'm looking to pay. I'm looking to make some money. Realistic numbers. We're dealing with tangible things. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, this is not the live where I'm going to tell you, hey, I made 10,000 off of this deal. I made 50,000 off of this deal. I'm dealing with practical steps, realistic steps that can move the needle, move your financial needle, and help everyday people with expenses. Don't think you're going to get rich off what I'm saying right now, but could you make good money? I want people to start thinking realistically, because if you knew how to make $50,000 a pop, you would be doing it. If you knew how to make $30,000 extra a month, you would be doing it. So I'm telling you that we can situate you and position you on how you can make something that's doable for new beginners. It's doable to situate and position yourself to make a quick extra $1,200 a month. The question is for you, is $1,200 passively, $1,200, could it help something? $1,200 extra continuously a month, could it help you right now? That's the question. And if the answer is yes, if you have a little bit of hustle in you, that means that $1,200, put your hustle to it, scale it up. You can turn that to $2,400 a month. You haven't bought a house. You don't manage tenants. You haven't refurbished anything. All you did was sit behind a computer, invest in an area, and watch it happen. Now, instead of me telling you that, I'm going to show you something that came in this morning, and I'm going to show you how this is a real thing. So you take this piece of dirt. If you look at it, it looks like what? Desert land, because it is desert land. I know where to find desert land for $1,500, $2,000 a pop, $3,000, $4,000 a pop. I know where to get it from. If you know where to get it from, go get it. And this is what you should do with it. I know this is what we teach. So now I have this piece of desert land on the market for sale. As you can see here, I have it listed for $10,000. I just stated to you what I paid for it. Someone contacted me off of Facebook Marketplace, which is a free marketplace to put properties and everything else for sale. She said I can put down $2,000 and I can do monthly payments of $200 to $500 a month. So if I paid $2,000 for the property and she's giving me $2,000 down payment and she can pay me $200 to $500 a month, what did I just effectively do? And I said that I want $10,000 for the property. So at the highest point, she said, I'll give you $500. That means that it'll take her at least 10 months, right? 10 months to pay me $500 to pay this down, or 8 months, whatever it is. 8 to 9 months it will take her to pay me in full. So now I'm in what we call the green, because the down payment has given me my money back that I paid for the property, and she's paying me $500 a month. Now, have any hustle in you, you can easily see how you scale this up. Now, if I did this 3 times, there's $1,500 a month coming in for the next 8 or 9 months. And what did I do? Did I go to Arizona? Did I go rake the dirt? Did I lift up a hand and have a hammer and nail? I did nothing but invest virtually in a property, and this is the outcome. This is realistic, this is practical, and this is for beginners. You can start doing this and have this accomplished within your first 3 to 6 months. So we're not selling you fluff. I'm giving you practical things. Clearly, if you want to move faster, this business, this industry offers higher price points that you can make. But this is entry-level investing that's practical, that will move the needle for average and everyday people. Does that make sense? Could you use an extra off of one deal, extra $500 a month that somebody's going to pay you every 30 days? Drop it in the comments. Would it help with something if someone was going to pay you $500? You're back in the green. You got your money back that you initially invested into the property. For me, it's a win. And this is what we're talking about in 2026. Let's deal with real things. If you knew how to make $10,000 extra a month, you would be doing it. So we want to give you practical steps. I don't want to wow you and blow your mind and tell you you're going to make $50,000 in the next 6 months with the Acre Boys. Can we position you to do that? Yes, you can. But I want to give you tangible and practical steps that you can really, in real life, go and do. This is a real life scenario that everyone, if you can learn, you can earn. This is not that complicated. And if you knew how to do this, I'm assuming that you would be doing this. And the only thing that's stopping you from doing this is because you don't know how to do this. You don't know where to look to do this. You don't know how to set it up or structure it to get it done. And that's where mentorship comes in place, because when we teach this, we're giving you step by step. Here's where you go. This is what you do. This is where you list it to sell. And this is what we're going to be showing you inside of that 3-day training. So comment the word dirt. Get yourself registered for our 3-day training. You'll spend 3 whole days with us. You'll be able to pick our brains. You'll be able to ask questions. I suggest that you upgrade to VIP once you get enrolled. Upgrade to VIP. They will spend exclusive time with us, and they will have exclusive Q&A time with us to pick our brains about everything on the subject of land investing. Comment the word dirt. So is there bad money? Is there money in bad areas? Absolutely. The right bad areas. What's the right bad areas, Ray? Areas that still have movement. How do I know if a bad area has movement, Ray? You have to know how to pull comps. What's comps, Ray? Comparables. They show us what's on the market, what's selling, and what has sold. So you need to pick a bad area that has movement. If it's a bad area and there's no life, meaning that there's nobody buying or selling in that area, stay away from it. We don't want a bad area just because we're getting it from a good price if we can't do anything with the bad area. We want a bad area that people are still buying and selling. Little Rock, Arkansas, people are still buying and selling a lot in Little Rock, Arkansas. And there's other areas. Memphis, Tennessee. There's other areas that you can target that people look at and frown on. But sales are still happening in the area. Does that make sense? She says she loves bad areas, but she can make sure that it can be flipped. Exactly. That's the name of the game. Target an area that you can get it at a good price point, and make sure that there's movement in the area. Make sure that there's comparable sales, for sale, and sold. I prefer you to study what has sold. We don't want to concentrate on what's for sale. You don't want to buy in a market that there's more things for sale than things that has sold. What does that mean? That means that things are not moving off the market. If we've reversed that and we find that more things have sold than what's for sale, that means that that market is in demand. Makes sense? So comment the word dirt. Come get some of this good game. Position is 2026. It is time to either get over the fence or off the fence. We can watch Instagram lives. We can give all of this free game out till we blue in the face. You could take this free game and you can go and try to implement these steps yourself. It'll take you longer, even if you figuring it out on your own. You'll move a lot faster with the proper mentorship that's going to give you a guideline and a step-by-step blueprint on how to do it. You'll feel a lot more secure and comfortable with doing it as well with mentorship. To me, it doesn't make me any difference whether you choose to do it on your own, but I think it would be smarter to seek mentorship. And I want you to win, right? That's why we suggest that. All right. So I wanted to definitely tap in, bring awareness to about this 3-day challenge, because it's an interesting topic for entry-level people of where could they find land for cheap. And it's not, I'm not going to tell you that there's a 1,000 places that you can find bad areas or what's deemed to be bad areas and make good money and have good flips and successful flips in those areas. That's not true. Right? That's not necessarily true. But there are areas that you should know about that you can get for good prices. That this property right here, we get these anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000. And as you see on the listing price that I'm listing them for is $10,000. So they exist. You just have to know where they exist at. Now, this is not going to get us rich, but you can see the potential to scale. If I had 6 of those, if I had 7 of those, and each of them paying me $500 a month, $400 a month, I've effectively put myself in position to earn an additional $2,500 to $3,500 a month passively every 30 days for the next 8 or 9 months. I didn't rent a house. I don't have to worry about tenants. I'm not doing Airbnb locks and worrying about people damaging any property. No, we just have a piece of land that's in our ownership. We don't have to go and visit it. And we sell them and we rent it out as a seller finance until it's paid for. I hope that makes sense. And you don't have to leave your house. You sit back and you find more deals. And you find more deals. You have the option and the flexibility. If she offered me $8,000, I now have the flexibility to say, I'll take the outright $8,000 for something that I paid $2,500 for. And then I'll go and buy another one. So we do a version of both. Sometimes we just sell it outright, depending on what the client wants to do. If she wants to pay for it upfront outright, and she made me an offer of $8,500, I would take it. I made $6,000 on the deal, then I'll buy another one. If she wanted to do what she suggested, I'm fine with that too. I can put $2,000 down, then I can pay you $200 to $500 a month. We're easygoing because we're in the business, and it's not about one property or one deal for us. It's about a multitude of properties. How many of these can we do? That's how we move. That's how we think. So we're easygoing, but you can structure your business how you like to structure your business. When we're dealing with seller finance and seller finance terms, we play the bank. We state how much we'll allow you to pay us. That's just her suggestion. I'm in agreement with her suggestion. All right. I'm going to move on today and do something different. But as I stated, I definitely want to bring awareness to everybody about the 3-day challenge. 3-day challenge is going to be really good. We'll give away pretty much everything that we can. We'll give away all the game to get you started. The question is, are you looking to pick up a new skill set and position yourself to do tangible things or higher? That's the base of what we do. All right. Peace, love. Comment the word dirt. Get yourself registered for the 3-day challenge, and I see you on the inside.